I learned in this letter that Don Pedro and his men come this night to Messina.
He is very near by this. He was not 3 leagues off when I left him.
And how many gentlemen have you lost in this action?
But few of any sort, and none of name.
Victory is twice itself when the achiever brings home full numbers. I find here that the prince hath bestowed much honor on a young Florentine called Claudio.
Much deserved on his part, he hath borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing in the figure of a lamb the feats of a lion.
I pray you, is Signor Montano returned from the war or no?
I know none of that name, lady.
My cousin means Signor Benedict of Padua.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as ever he was.
I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in this war? For indeed I promised to eat all of his killing.
He hath done good service in these wars, and a good soldier too, lady.
And a good soldier to a lady, but what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, a man to a man, stuffed with all the honorable virtues.
It is so indeed. He is no less stuffed than a man. And as for the stuffing, well, we are all mortal.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There is kind of a merry war between Signor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
Alas, he gets nothing by that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off, and now he is the whole man governed by 1.
I see, lady. The gentleman is not in your books.
Oh, no, and he were, I'd burn down my study. But I pray you, who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother. Is there a young squire now that will make the voyage with him to the devil?
He is most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease. He is sooner caught than the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. God help the noble Claudio if he hath caught the Benedict.
I will hold friends with you, lady.
Do, good friend.
Good Signor Leonato, you are come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Never come trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace.
You embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter?
Her mother hath told me many times so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked her?
Be happy, lady, for you are like an honorable father.
If Signor Leonato be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulder for all of Messina.
I wonder that you are still talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What? My dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Oh, is it possible Disdain should die while she hath such meat food to feed as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to disdain if you come but within her presence.
But it is certain that I am loved by all ladies. Only you excepted. And I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women, else they would have been troubled with a pernicious suitor. I thank God and my cold blood, I am of your humor for that. I'd rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loved me.
God, keep your ladyship of that mind, so that some gentleman or other may escape a predestinate scratched face.
You could not make it worse, as 'twere such a face as yours.
Well, you are a rare parrot.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue. Keep your way. In God's name, I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you of old.
My dear friend Leonato, we shall stay here at the least a month.
Oh, let me bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled to the prince, your brother, I owe you all a duty.
I thank you. I am not of many words, but I thank you.
Please your grace, lead on.
Your hand, Leonardo. We will go together.
Benedict, didst thou note the daughter of Signor Leonardo?
I noted her not, but did look upon her.
No, I pray thee, speak in honest judgment.
Why, methinks she too low for high praise, too brown for fair praise, and too little for great praise.
Thou thinkest I am in sport. I pray thee, tell me how thou likest her.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Could the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, and a case to put it into.
In my eyes, she is the sweetest lady I ever did look on.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter, but I hope you have no intent to turn husband, have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I would swear otherwise if Hero would be my wife.
Has it come to this? Shall I never see a bachelor of threescore again?
What secret hath held you here that you followed not to Leonardo's?
I would, your grace, constrain me to tell.
Why, charge thee on thy allegiance.
You hear, Count Claudio, on my allegiance, mark you that, on my allegiance is in love. With who? With Hero, Leonardo's short daughter.
Why, men, if you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
You say this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth, I speak my thought.
And in my faith, my lord, I speak mine.
By my two troths and face, my lord, I speak mine.
That I love her, I think.
Well, that she is worthy, I know.
That I should neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she is worthy, this is the opinion fire cannot melt from me. I will die in it at the stake.
Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the despite of beauty.
That woman bore me, I thank her. That she brought me up, likewise, I offer her my most humble thanks. But that I shall have hang my baldric in an invisible bugle? All women will pardon me. I will die a bachelor.
I shall see thee, ere I die, look pale with love.
In anger, in sickness, or in hunger, my lord, but not in love.
Well, as time shall try. In time, the savage bull doth bear the yoke.
The savage bull may, but if ever the sensible Benedict bear it, pluck out the bull's horns and set them in my forehead, and with such great lettering as they may write, "Here is a good horse to hire," may them signify under my sign, "Here is Benedict, a married man."
In the meantime, good Signor Benedict, repair to Leonardo's and tell him I will not fail him at supper, for indeed he hath made great preparation.
Hath Leonardo any son, my lord?
No child but Hero. She's his only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
My lord. When you went onward on your ended action, I looked upon her with a soldier's eye, who liked but had a rougher task at hand than turning liking into love. But now I am returned, and war thoughts have left their places vacant, and in their rooms come thronging this soft and delicate desire, all proclaiming how fair young Hero is, saying, I liked her ere I went to war.
If thou dost love fair Hero, cherish it. Thou lovest, and I will fit thee the remedy. I know we shall have reveling tonight. I will assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair hero that I am Claudio. And in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart and take her hearing prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. And the conclusion is, she shall be thine. In practice, let us put it presently.
What's a good year, my lord? Why are you thus out of measure sad?
There is no measure in the occasion that breeds, therefore the sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason.
I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause, and smile at no man's jests. Eat when I have stomach, and wait on no man's leisure. Sleep when I am drowsy, and tend on no man's business. Laugh when I am merry, and claw no man in his humor.
Yea, but you must not make the full show of this, till you may do it without controlment. You have of late stood out against your brother, and he hath ta'en you newly into his place, where it is impossible you should take true root, but by the fair weather that you make yourself.
I had rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. I am trusted with a muzzle. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
Who comes here? Ah, what news, Baraccio?
I came yonder from a great supper. The prince, your brother, is royally entertained by Leonardo, and I can give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
Will it serve as any model to build mischief on?
Mary, it is your brother's right hand.
Ooh, the most exquisite Claudio?
Even he.
And who? And who? Which way looks he?
Mary, on Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonardo.
Oh, come, let us thither. This may prove food for my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him in any way, I bless myself in every way. You two are sure and will assist me?
To the death, my lord.
Was not Count John here at supper?
I saw him not.
How tartly that gentleman looks. I can see him, but I am heartburned for an hour after.
He is of a very melancholy disposition.
He were an excellent man that were made just in the midway between him and Benedict. The one is too like an image and says nothing, and the other is too like my lady's eldest son, evermore tattling.
Well, then half Senior Benedict's tongue in Count John's mouth, and half Count John's melancholy in Senior Benedict's face.
Lord, I could not endure a husband with a beard on his face. I'd rather lie in the woolen.
You may light on a husband that hath no beard.
Oh, what should I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man, and he that is more than a youth is not for me, and he that is less than a man, well, I am not for him.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make men of other metal than earth.
The revelers are entering.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend?
I may say so when I please.
And when please you to say so?
When I like your favor.
Come, I would you did like me.
So are not I you for your own sake, for I have many ill qualities.
Oh, which is one?
I say my prayers aloud.
I love you the better. The hearers may cry amen.
Oh, Lord, match me with a good dancer.
Ah, amen.
No more words.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
No, you must pardon me.
Nor will you not tell me who you are.
Not now.
That I was disdainful and that I had borrowed my good wit out of 100 merry tales. Well, this was Senior Benedict that said so.
What is he?
I'm sure you know him well enough.
Not I, believe me.
Oh, what? Did he never make you laugh?
Pray, what is he?
Why, he is the prince's jester, a very dull fool. Only his gift is in devising impossible slanders. None but libertines delight in him. And then they all laugh at him and beat him. I am sure that he is in the fleet. I would that he had boarded me.
But I know the gentleman. I'll tell him what you say.
Do. Oh, come. We must follow the leaders.
That is Claudio there.
Are not you Signor Benedict?
Oh, you know me well. I am he.
Signor, you are very near my brother in his love. He is enamored with Hero. I pray you, dissuade him from her. She is no equal to his birth.
How you... Oh, how you know he loves her?
Oh, I heard him swear his affection.
So did I too. And yeah, he swore he would marry her tonight.
Come, let us to the banquet, huh?
Thus I answer in the name of Benedict, but with the ears of Claudio. It is certain so. The prince woos for himself. Oh, friendship is certain in all things, save for the office and affairs of love.
Count Claudio.
Yeah, the same.
Come, will you go with me?
Whither?
About your own business. The prince hath got your hero.
I wish him the joy of her.
Did you not think the prince would serve you thus?
Oh, I pray you, leave me.
Oh, alas, poor hurt foul, that my lady Beatrice should know me and not know me. The prince's fool. I'm not so reputed. I'll be revenged as I may.
Now, senor, where's the count? Did you see him?
Troth, my lord, I did find him here, as melancholy as a lodge in a warren, though I told him, and I think that I told him true, that your grace hath got the good will of this young lady.
Oh, the lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman that danced with her told her that she is much wronged by you.
Oh, I am misused beyond the endurance of a block. She told me, not knowing that I was me, that I was the prince's jester. That I was duller than a great thaw, hurling jest upon jest at me with such impossible conveyance that I stood there like a man on a mark with a whole army shooting at me. She speaks poignard, and every word stabs. If her breath were as terrible as her terminations, there'd be no living near her. She would infect to the North Star.
Look. Here she comes.
Will your grace command me any service to world's end? I will go on the slightest errand to Antipodes that you can devise to send me on. I will fetch you a toothpick now from the farthest inch of Asia, bring you the length of Prester John's foot, fetch you a hair from the great champ's beard, do you any assemblage of pygmies, rather than hold 3 words conference with this harpy, huh? Have you no employment for me?
None, but to desire your good company.
Oh, God, sir, here is a dish I love not. I cannot endure thy lady tongue.
Come, lady, come. You've lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Indeed, my lord. He lent it to me a while, and I gave him use for it. A double heart for his single one. Marry once before he won it of me with false dice. So your grace may well say I have lost it. I have brought Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
Why, how now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
Well, how then? Sick?
Neither.
The Count is neither sad, nor sick, nor merry, nor well, but civil Count, and something of that jealous complexion.
In faith, lady, I think your blazon to be true. Though I'll be sworn, if he be so, his conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I have wooed in thy name. Fair hero is won. I have broke with her father, and his goodwill obtained. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy, if I may count it. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours.
Speak, cousin, or if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss, and let him not speak neither.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Oh, yea, my lord. I think it. Poor fool, it keeps on the windy side of care. My cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart.
And so she doth, cousin.
Good Lord, for alliance? Thus goes every one in the world but I am sunburnt.
Will you have me, lady?
Oh, no, my lord. Unless I might have another one for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear every day, but I beseech your grace, pardon me. I was born to speak mirth and no matter.
Out of question. You were born in a merry hour.
No, sure, my lord. My mother cried, but then there was a star danced, and under that star I was born. Cousin, give you good joy.
By my troth, a pleasant-spirited lady.
There's little of the melancholy element in her, my lord.
She cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
Oh, by no means. She mocks all of her wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh, my lord! If they were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
Count Claudio, when mean you to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord. Oh, time beyond crutches till love have all his rights.
Not till Monday, my dear son, which is hence just a 7-night, and a time too brief, too, to have all things answered in my mind.
I warrant thee, Claudio, the time shall not go dully by us. I will in the interim undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Signor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection with one another. I would fain have it a match, and I doubt not but to fashion it, if you three will be minister such assistance as I shall give you direction.
My lord, I am for you, though it cost me 10 nights' watchings.
As am I, my lord.
And you too, gentle hero?
I will do any modest office to help my cousin to a good husband.
If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods. Go in with me, and I will tell you my drift.
So, Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonato.
Yea, my lord, but I can cross it.
Any bar, any cross, any impediment would be medicinable to me. I am sick in displeasure to him. How canst thou cross this marriage?
Not honestly, my lord, but so covertly that no dishonesty shall appear in thee.
Show me, briefly, how?
I think I told your lordship a year since how I am much in favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman to Hero.
Yeah, I remember.
I can, at any unseasonable instant of the night, appoint her to look out her lady's chamber window.
What life is in that to be the death of this marriage?
Meet Don Pedro and the Count Claudio alone. Tell them that you know Hero loves me. Now, they will scarcely believe this without trial. Offer them instances and bring them to see this the very night before the intended wedding. And there'll appear such a seeming truth of Hero's disloyalty that jealousy shall be called assurance, and all preparation overthrown.
I will put it into practice. Be cunning in the working this, and thy fee is 1,000 ducats.
Be constant in the accusation, and my cunning shall not shame me.
I do much wonder how one man, seeing how much another man is made a fool when he dedicate his behavior to love, will, having half laughed at such a man, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. Well, such a man is Claudio. I have known when there was no music with him but the drum and the fife. No, he would rather listen to the tabor and the pipe. I have known when he would walk 10 miles afoot to see a good armor. Oh, now he will lie 10 nights awake carving the fashion of a new doublet. And he was wont to speak plain and to the purpose like an honest man and a soldier. Now he hath turned orthography, his every word a fantastic feast. There's so many strange dishes. May I be so converted that I should see with my eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. I mean, one woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. Another is virtuous, yet I am well. But till all these graces be in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that is certain. And virtuous, or I'll have none. And wise, or I'll have none. And virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, or come not near. Of good discourse, excellent musician, and her hair shall be of what color it please God. Oh, here's the prince, and Monsieur Love. I will hide me.
See you where Benedict hath hid himself?
Oh, very well, my lord.
Come hither, Leonardo. What was it you told me of today? That your niece Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict?
I did never think that lady would love any man.
No, nor I neither. But the most wonderful that she should so dote on Signor Benedict, whom she hath in all outward behaviors seemed ever to abhor.
Is it possible?
Maybe she doth but counterfeit.
Oh God, counterfeit. There was never counterfeit of passion come so near the life of passion as she discovers it.
Why? What effects of passion shows she?
Bait the hook well. This fish will bite.
What effects, my lord? You heard my daughter tell you how.
She did indeed.
How? Pray you amaze me.
I should think this a gull, but the bearded one speaks it.
Hath she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and she swears she never will. That's her torment, for She'll be up 20 times a night, and there she will sit in her smock till she have writ a sheet of paper. My daughter tells us all, oh, she tore the letter into 1,000 halfpence, railed at herself that she should be so immodest to write to one that she knew would flout her.
Then down upon her knees she falls, prays, curses, beats her heart, tears her hair, woos, sobs, oh, sweet Benedict, God give me patience.
She doth indeed. My daughter says so.
It were good that Benedict knew of it.
Oh, to what end, my lord? He would make a sport of it and torment the poor woman.
It were an alms to hang him. She's an excellent sweet lady, and virtuous.
And exceeding wise.
And everything but loving Benedict.
Oh, my lord, wisdom and blood combating in so tender a body, we have 10 proofs to 1 that blood hath the victory. I am sorry for her.
I pray you, tell Benedict of it, and hear what he will say.
Hero thinks she will surely die, for she will die if her love is known, she will die if he love her not, and she will die if he woo her.
She doth well. If she should make tender of her love, 'tis very possible he'll scorn it, for the man, as you know all, hath a contemptible spirit.
Never tell him, my lord. Let her wear it out in good conscience.
Nay, that's impossible. She may wear her heart out first.
Well, we will hear further of it by your daughter. Let it cool a while. I love Benedict well, and I could wish he would modestly examine himself to see how much he is unworthy so good a lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
If he do not dote upon her on this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let there be the same net spread for her, and that must your daughter and her gentlewoman carry. Let us send Beatrice, call him to dinner.
This can be no trick. Their conference was sadly born. If the truth of this from Hero, he seemed to pity the lady, but seems her affections have their full bent. Love me? Why? It must be requited. I hear how I am to be refuted. They say I will bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say, too, that she will rather die than show any sign of affection. I did never think to marry. I must not appear proud. I mean, happy are they that upon hearing their detractions can set them mending. They say the lady is fair, 'tis truth. I can bear them witness. And virtuous, it is so. I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me. By my troth, it is no addition to her wit, nor no argument against her folly, for I will be horribly in love with her. I may chance some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken upon me, for I have railed long against marriage, but doth not the appetite alter? I mean, the man loves the meat of his youth. He cannot endure in his age. Shall quips and sentences and these paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humor? No! The world must be peopled. Oh, here comes Beatrice. By this day she is a fair lady. Do you spy the marks of love in her?
Against my will, I was bid you come to dinner.
Lady Beatrice, I thank thee for thy pains.
I took no more pains than those thanks than you took pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
Then you take pleasure in the message, huh?
Yay, just so much as you take upon a knife's point. You have no stomach, Signor. Fare you well.
Against my will, I am come to bid you come to dinner. There's double meaning in that. If I do not take pity on the lady, then I am a villain. If I do not love her, then I am a fool.
Now, Margaret, when Beatrice doth come, our talk must only be of Benedick. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him more than man did merit. My talk to thee must be how Benedick is sick in love with Beatrice. Of this matter is little Cupid's crafty arrow. Made that only wound by hearsay.
Fear you not my part in the dialogue.
No, truly, she is too disdainful. I know her spirits are as coy and haggard, as coy and wild as haggards of the walk.
But are you sure that Benedick loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince and my new trod lord.
And did they bid you tell her of it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them, if they loved Benedick, to wish him wrestle with his affection, and never to let Beatrice know of it.
Oh, why did you such a wrong? Doth not the gentleman deserve as full and fortunate a bed as ever Beatrice shall couch upon?
Oh, God of love, I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded a man, but nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice.
Ah, and therefore 'twere good she knew not of his affections, lest she make sport of it.
Why, you speak truth. I never yet saw a man how wise, how noble, young, how rarely featured. But who dare tell her so? If I should speak, she would mock me into air. Oh, she would laugh me out of myself, press me to death with wit. Therefore, let Benedick, like covered fire, consume away in sighs, waste inwardly. It were a better death than die with mocks.
Oh, but yet tell her of it. Hear what she will say.
No, rather, I will go to Benedick and counsel him to fight against his passion.
Do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so much without your judgment, having so swift and excellent a wit as she is prized to have, as to refuse so rare and noble a gentleman as Signor Benedick.
Indeed, he hath an excellent good name.
Oh, and his excellence doth earn it. When are you married, madam?
Tomorrow. Come go in. I'll show thee some attires and have thy counsel to see what's the best to furnish me tomorrow.
She's lined. I warrant you. We have got her.
If it proves so, then loving goes by haps. Some Cupid kills with arrows, some with traps.
What fire is this in my ears? I mean, can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? I mean, contempt, farewell, and maiden's pride, adieu. No glory gives behind the back such, and Benedick, love on. I will requite thee, taming my wild heart with thy loving hand. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves in a holy band. For the others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it better than reprovingly.
I do but stay until your marriage be consummate, and then I go toward Aragon.
I will bring you thither, my lord.
Nay. That would be as great a soil in the gloss of your new marriage as to show a child his new coat and forbid him to wear it. I will only be bold with Benedict for his company. For from the crown of his head to the sole of his foot, he is all mirth. He hath twice or thrice cut Cupid's bowstring, and the little man dare not shoot at him.
Gallants, I am not as I have been.
So say I. Methinks you are sadder.
I hope he be in love.
I have a toothache.
What? Sigh for a toothache.
Yet I say he is in love.
There's no appearance of fancy in him, unless it be a fancy that he hath to strange disguises.
If he not be in love with some woman, it will never trust old signs.
Hath any man seen him at the barber's?
Indeed. He looks younger than he did.
That's as much to say as the young youth is in love.
The greatest note of it is his melancholy.
And when has he been wont to wash his face?
Indeed. Indeed, this tells a heavy tale for him. Conclude, he is in love.
Signor Leonardo, will you walk aside with me? I have studied 8 or 9 words I wish to share with you, which these hobby horses must not hear.
For my life, to break with him about Beatrice.
'Tis even so. Hero and Margaret by this have played their part with Beatrice, and then the two bears will not bite each other when they meet.
My lord and brother, God save you.
Good den, brother.
If your leisure served, I would speak with you.
In private?
If it please you. Yet Count Claudio may hear, for what I would speak of concerns him.
What's the matter?
You may think I love you not, but let that appear hereafter, and aim better at me by what I now will manifest.
Why? What's the matter?
I came hither to tell you, the lady is disloyal.
Who, Hero?
Even she, Leonato's hero. Well, your hero. Every man's hero.
Disloyal?
Oh, the word is too good to paint out her wickedness. Think you of a worse title, and I'll fit her to it. Wonder not till further warrant. Go but with me tonight, and you will see her chamber window entered, even the night before her wedding. If you love her then, tomorrow wed her, but it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
May this be so?
I will not think it.
If you will follow me, I will show you enough. And when you have seen more and heard more, proceed accordingly.
You are thought here to be the most senseless and fit men for the constable of the watch. Therefore, bear you the lantern. This is your charge. You shall comprehend all vagrom men. You are to bid any man stand in the prince's name.
Alpha will not stand.
Why then, take no note of him, but let him go. And presently call the rest of the watch together, and thank God you are rid of the knave.
If he will not stand in the prince's name, he is none of the prince's subjects.
True, and they are to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. You shall also make no noise in the street, for the watch is to babble and talk is most tolerable and not to be endured.
We will rather sleep than talk.
Why, you speak like an ancient and the most quiet watchman, for I cannot see how sleeping should offend. Only have a care that your bills not be stolen.
Well, sir,
If you meet a thief, you may suspect him by virtue of your office to be no true man, and for such kind of men, the less you meddle or make with them, why the more is for your honesty.
If we know a thief, shall we not lay hands on him?
Truly, by your office, you may, but the most peaceable way for you, if you do take a thief, is to let him show himself what he is and steal out of your company.
Oh,
You have always been called a merciful man, partner.
Indeed, The watch ought to offend no man, and is an offense to stay a man against his will.
By Our Lady, I think it to be so.
Well, masters, good night. Come, neighbor.
Well, masters, we hear our child, so let us go sit here upon the bench till 2, and then to bed.
One more word, honest neighbors. I pray you watch about Signor Leonato's door, for the wedding being there tomorrow. Adieu. Be vigilant. I beseech you.
Well, Conrad.
Peace, stir not.
Conrad, I say.
Young man, aim at thy elbow.
I know that deformed. He has been a vile thief this 7 year. Go up and down like a gentleman.
Some treason, masters, yet. Oh, stand close behind.
Dost thou hear somebody?
No, it was the vein on the house.
Yeah. Know that tonight I have earned of Don John 1,000 ducats.
Is it possible that any villainy should be so dear?
When rich villains have need of poor ones make what price they will. I have tonight wooed Margaret, the Lady Hero's gentlewoman, by the name of Hero. She leads me out of her mistress' chamber's window, bids me 1,000 times good night. I tell this tale vilely. Well, I should first tell thee how the prince, Claudio, and my master, planted and placed and possessed by my master Don John, saw this amiable encounter.
And so the Margaret was Hero?
Aye, and away went Claudio, enraged, swore he would meet with her the next morning at the church, and there, before the whole congregation, shame her with what he saw overnight, and send her back home again without a husband.
We charge you, stand in the prince's name.
Call up the right master constable. We have here recovered the most dangerous piece of lechery that ever was known in this commonwealth.
I think your other vibrato were better.
No, pray thee, good Meg, I'll wear this.
My betrothed, 'tis not so good, and I warrant your cousin will say so.
My cousin's a fool, and thou art another. I'll wear none but this. God give me joy to wear it, for my heart is exceeding heavy.
Oh, we'll be set heavier soon by the weight of a man.
Fie upon thee! Art not ashamed?
Of what, lady? Bad thinking doth not rest true speaking. I offend nobody. Ask your cousin ere she comes.
Okay.
Good morrow, sweet hero.
Why, how now? Do you speak in the thick tune?
I am out of other tunes, methinks. It's almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you were ready by my troth. I am exceeding ill. Hi-ho!
Get thee some of this Cardus Benedictus. 'Tis the only thing for our qualm.
There thou prickest her with a thistle.
Benedictus? Why Benedictus? Have you some moral in this Benedictus?
Moral? I have no moral meaning. I cannot be so dim-witted as to list what I think, nor do I think what I list that I think that you are in love. You're in love. You're in love. You could be in love. You may be in love.
What pace is this that thy tongue keeps?
Not a false gallop.
Good cuz, make haste, for all the gallants in town have come to fetch you to the church.
Help to dress me, good cuz, good Meg.
What would you with me, honest neighbor?
Marry, sir, I would have some confidence with you that discerns you nearly.
Be brief, I pray you. For you see, it is a busy time with me.
Oh, marry, this it is, sir.
Yes, it is, sir.
What is it, my good friends?
A good man, Vargas, sir, speaks a little off the matter. An old man, sir, and his wits are not so blunt as, God help, I would desire they were, but in faith, honest as the skin between his brows.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
It pleases your worship to say so, but truly, for mine own part, if I were as tedious as a king, I could find it in my heart to bestow all your worship.
All thy tediousness on me, eh?
Yea, and 'twere 1,000 pound more than 'tis.
I would fain know what you have to say.
Mary, sir, sir. Our watch tonight had undertaken a couple of as auspicious of villains as ever in Messina.
A good old man, sir. He will be talking, as they say, when the age is in and the wit is out. God help us. All men are not alike. Alas, good neighbor.
Indeed, neighbor. He comes too short of you.
Gifts that God gives.
I must leave you.
One word, sir. Our watch, sir, have indeed comprehended 2 auspicious persons, and we would have them this morning examined before your worship.
Take their examination yourself and bring it to me. I am now in great haste, as it may appear unto you.
It shall be sufficient.
Drink some wine ere you go. Fare thee well.
Go, good partner, go. We are now to examination these men.
And we shall do it wisely.
We will spare for no wit, I warrant you.
You come hither, my lord, to marry this lady?
No.
To be married to her, friar. You've come to marry her.
and you come hither, my lady, to be married to this count?
I do.
If either of you know any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, charge you on your souls to utter it.
Know you any hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any, Count?
I dare make his answer none.
Oh no, interjections. Some be of laughing as
Stand thee by, friar. Father, by your leave, will you with free and unconstrained soul give me this maid, your daughter?
As freely, son, as God did give her to me.
And what have I to give you back whose worth may counterpose this rich and precious gift?
Nothing.
Sweet prince, you learned me noble thankfulness. There, Leonardo, take this back again, and give not this rotten orange to your friend. She's but a sign and semblance of your honor. Behold how like a maid she blushes. She is none. She knows the heat of a luxurious bed. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married, not to knit my soul to an approved wanton.
Dear my lord, if you, in your own proof, have vanquished the resistance of her youth and made defeat of her virginity...
No, Leonardo. I have never tempted her with a word too large, but showed bashful sincerity and comely love.
And seemed I ever otherwise to you?
You seemed to me as dying in her orb, but you are more intemperate in your blood than Venus.
My lord, well...
Sweet prince, why speak not you?
What should I speak? I stand dishonored that have gone about to link my dear friend to a common stale.
God.
What man was he talked with you yesternight? out of your window betwixt 12 and 1. Now, if you are a maid, answer this.
I spoke with no man at that hour, my lord.
Why then you are no maiden. Leonardo, I am sorry you must hear. Upon mine honor, myself, my brother, and this grieved count did hear her at that hour last night talk with a ruffian at her chamber window, who hath indeed, most like a liberal villain, confessed the vile encounters they have had 1,000 times in secret.
Hero, Uncle, Senior Benedict, Friar!
Come, let us go. These things come thus to light, smother her spirits up.
Why had I won? Mine I loved, and mine I praised, and mine that I was proud on. Oh, she has fallen into a pit of ink that the whole sea hath drops, too few to wash clean again.
Sir, be patient. For my part, I am so attired in wonder, I know not what to say.
Oh, on my soul, my cousin is belied.
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No, truly not. Although, until last night, I have this 12 months been her bedfellow.
Would the two princes lie? And Claudio lie, who loved her so?
Hear me a little, for I have only been silent so long and given way to this course of fortune by noting of the lady 1,000 blushing apparitions to start into her face. 1,000 innocent shames in angel whiteness beat away those blushes. Call me a fool. Trust not my age, my reverence, my calling, nor my divinity. If this sweet lady lies not guiltless here under some biting error. Lady, what man is he you are accused of?
I know none, my lord. If I know of any man alive, let all my sins lack mercy.
There is some strange misprison in the princes.
They have the very bent of honor. If their wisdom in this is misled, then the practice of it lies in John the Bastard.
But pause a while and let my counsels sway you in this case. Your daughter here, the princes have left for dead. Let her secretly be kept in a while and publish it that she is dead indeed.
What shall become of this? What will this do?
Mary, this well carried shall on her behalf change remorse to slander. She dying, as must so be maintained, on the instant she was accused shall be lamented, pitied, and excused of every hearer. So shall it fare with Claudio. When he shall hear she died upon his words, the idea of her life shall sweetly creep into his study of imagination, and every lovely organ of her life shall come apparelled in more precious habit than when she lived indeed. Then shall he mourn, and wish he had not so accused her.
Signor Leonardo, let the good friar advise you.
Being that I flow in grief, the smallest twine may lead me.
'Tis well consented. Presently, away. Come, lady, die to live. This wedding day is perhaps but prolonged.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
Well, surely I do believe your fair cousin is wronged.
Oh, how much the man might deserve of me that would right her.
I do love nothing in this world so well as you. Is that not strange?
As strange a thing I know not. It was possible for me to say that I loved nothing so well as you. But believe me not, and yet I lie not. Oh, I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. Oh, I am sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and I will make him eat it. They say I love not you.
Why then, God forgive me.
What offense, sweet Beatrice.
You have stayed me in a happy hour. I was about to protest that I loved nothing so well as you.
Well, then do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart there is none left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything in the world for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Not for the wide world.
You kill me to deny it. Farewell.
Harry, sweet Beatrice.
I am gone, though I am here. There is no love in you.
Beatrice.
In faith, I go.
We'll be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemies?
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in the height a villain that hath slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman?
Hear me, Beatrice.
Talk with a man out a window, a proper saying.
Nay, but
Sweet
Beatrice.
Hero is wronged. She is slandered. She is undone. Surely a princely testimony, a goodly count. Surely he is as valiant as Hercules, who only tells a lie and swears by it.
Terry, good Beatrice, by this hand I love thee. Huh?
Use it for some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul Count Claudio hath wronged Hero?
Yea, as surely as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. I will challenge him. Go, comfort your cousin. I must now say that she is dead, and so farewell.
Here comes the man we went to seek.
Good day, my lord.
We have been up and down to seek thee, for we are high-proof melancholy, and would fain to have it beaten away. Wilt thou use your wit?
He looks pale. Art thou sick or angry?
Shall I speak a word in your ear? Thou art a villain, I jest not. I will make it good. How you dare, with what you dare, when you dare. You have killed an innocent lady. May her death fall heavy upon you. Fare you well, boy. Good my lord, for your many courtesies, I thank you. I must now discontinue your company. Your brother, the bastard, is fled. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. For my lord Lackbeard there, he and I shall meet. Until then, peace be with him.
He is in earnest.
In most profound earnest.
Did he not say my brother was fled? Officers, what offense have these men done?
Marry, sir, they have committed false report. Moreover, they have spoken untruths. Secondly, they are slanderers. 6, and lastly, they have belied a lady. Thirdly, they have verified unjust things. And to conclude, they are lying knaves.
Who have you offended, masters, that you are thus bound to your answers? This learned constable is too cunning to be understood. What's your offense?
Sweet prince, I have deceived even your very eyes. What your wisdom could not discover, these shallow fools have brought to light, who in the night overheard me confessing to this man how Don John, your brother, incensed me to slander the lady hero. How you saw me court Margaret in hero's garments. How you disgraced her when you should marry her. The lady is dead upon mine and my master's false accusation. And briefly, I desire nothing but the reward of a villain.
But did my brother set thee onto this?
Yea, and paid me richly for the practice of it.
Sweet hero!
Bring it where the plaintiffs. By this time, our sexton hath reformed Signor Leonato of the matter.
Here comes Signor Leonato.
Art thou the slave that with thy breath hast killed mine innocent child?
Yea, even I, alone.
No, not so, villain. Thou beliest thyself. Here stand a pair of honorable men. A third is fled, that had a hand in it. I thank you, princess, for my daughter's death. Record it with your high and worthy deeds. 'Twas bravely done, if you bethink of it, of you.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your revenge yourself. Impose me to what penance your invention can lay upon my sin. Yet I sinned not, but in mistaking.
By my soul, nor I.
I cannot bid you, my daughter, live. That were impossible. But I pray you both, possess the people in Messina here, how innocent she died. And if your love can labor aught in said invention, tomorrow morning, come you to my house. And since you could not be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My brother hath a daughter, almost a copy of my child that's dead, and she alone is heir to both of us. Give her the right you should have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge.
Oh, noble sir, your overkindness doth bring tears from me. I do embrace your offer.
Tomorrow then, I will expect your coming. Tonight I take my leave. This naughty man shall face to face be brought to Margaret, who I believe was packed in all this wrong.
No, by my soul, she was not, nor knew not what she did when she spoke to me.
Moreover, sir, which indeed is not under white and black, this plaintiff here, the offender, did call me an ass. I beseech you, let it be remembered in his punishment.
I thank thee for thy care and honest pains.
Your worship speaks like a most thankful and reverend youth, and I praise God for you.
Go. I discharge thee of thy prisoner, and I thank thee.
God keep your worship. I wish your worship well. God restore you to health. I humbly give you leave to depart, and if a merry meeting may be wished, God prohibit it. Come, neighbor.
Until tomorrow morning, lords. Farewell.
The God of love that sits above and knows me, he knows me. How miserably I deserve in singing and in loving. Merrily, I cannot show it in rhyme. I have tried. I can find not the rhyme for lady, but baby, a simple rhyme. For scorn, horn, a hard rhyme. For school, fool, a babbling rhyme. Very ominous endings. No, I was not born under the rhyming planet. Oh, sweet Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I call thee?
Yea, signor, and depart when you bid me.
Oh, but stay until then.
Then is spoken. Fare you well now. And
Yes.
yet, ere I go, let me go with that I came, which is with knowing what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore, I will depart unkissed.
Thou hast frightened the word out of its right meaning, so forcible is thy wit. But let me speak plainly. Claudio is under my challenge, and either I must shortly hear from him, or I will subscribe him a coward. Now, I pray thee, tell me, which of my bad parts didst thou first fall in love with me?
For them altogether, which maintain so politic a state of evil that they will not admit any good part to intermingle with them. But for which of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Suffer love. A good epitaph. I do suffer love, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think. Alas, poor heart! If you spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours, and I will never love that which my friend hates.
Thou and I are too wise to woo peacefully. Now, tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill, too.
Serve God, love me, and mend. Oh, but here comes one in haste.
Madam, you must come to your uncle's. It is proved my lady hero hath been falsely accused, the prince and Claudio mightily abused, and Don John is the author of all. Who is fled and gone? Will you come presently?
Will you go hear the news, Signor?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thy eyes. And moreover, I will go with thee to thy uncle's.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
So are the prince and Claudio, who accused her upon the error that you heard debated. You know your office, friar.
Which I will do with confirmed countenance.
Friar, I must entreat thy pains.
To do what, Signor?
To bind me or undo me, one of these. Signor Leonardo, the truth is, good Signor, that your niece regards me with an eye of favor.
The sight whereof I think you had from me, from Claudio and the prince. But what's your will?
Your answers, sir, are enigmatical. But my will is for your will to stand with ours, and this day be conjoined in the state of honorable marriage.
My heart is with your liking.
And my help. Oh, here come the prince and Claudio.
Good morrow to this fair assembly.
Good morrow, prince. Good morrow, Claudio. We here attend you. Are you yet determined today to marry with my brother's daughter?
I'll hold my mind.
Call her forth. Here is the friar ready.
Which lady am I to seize upon?
The same as she.
Why then, she's mine. Sweet, let me see your face.
No, that you shall not till you take her hand before this friar and swear to marry her.
Give me your hand. Before this friar, I'm your husband, if you like me.
And when I lived, I was your other wife. And when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero?
Hero that is dead?
Nothing's certainer. One hero died defiled, but I do live.
All this amazement can I qualify. When after that the holy rites are ended, I'll tell thee largely of fair hero's death. In meantime, let wonder seem familiar, and let us to the chapel presently.
'Tis soft and fair, friar. Which of you is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Ah, do you not love me?
Why, no more than reason.
Why, then your uncle and the prince and Count Claudio have been deceived, for they swore that you did.
Do you love me?
Troth, no more than reason.
Why, then my cousin and Margaret are much deceived, for they swore you did.
They swore that you were almost sick for me.
They swore that you were well nigh dead for me.
There's no such matter, but then you do not love me?
No, truly, but in friendly recompense.
Cousin, I am sure you love the gentleman.
And I'll be sworn upon it that he loves her. For here's a paper written in his hand, a halting sonnet from his own pure brain, fashioned to Beatrice.
And here's another, written my cousin's hand, stolen from her pocket, containing her affection unto Benedict.
A miracle. Here is our hands against our hearts. Oh, by this light I will take thee, though I do take thee for pity.
I would not deny you, but by this good day I yield upon great persuasion, and partly to save your life, for I was told you were in a consumption.
Peace. I will stop your mouth.
How dost thou, Benedict, the married man?
I tell thee, Prince, a college of witcrackers cannot flout me out of my humors. In brief, since it is my purpose to marry, I will think nothing against it that the world can say. Therefore, never flout at me for what I have said against it, for man is a giddy thing. This is my conclusion. Come, let us dance ere we are married, that we may lighten our hearts and our wives' heels.
We'll have dancing afterwards.
First, upon my word, therefore, play music. Prince, you look sad. Get thee a wife. Get thee a wife.
My lord, your brother John is taken in flight and brought with armed men back to Messina.
Think not on him till tomorrow. I will devise thee brave punishments for him. Therefore, strike up, pipers!
See, don't ever set me free. I only wanna be